Yes, ma'am, that is correct. I see a number on the screen, Ms. Marchman. I believe that may be Ms. Flukas, Tanya Flukas. He just did, Ms. Marchman. Ms. Marchman, I've got two witnesses in the audience also, a Sylvester Warren and a Mary Alice Carter. Yes, ma'am, that is correct. Yes, it's Sylvester, Sylvester. Last name is Warren, Warren. Mary, Mary, middle name Alice, Alice. Last name Carter, Carter.
Yes.
I do.
I did.
Yes, ma'am. On April 24th, I was summoned by Sylvester Warren in reference to a unsafe structure located at 988 Northeast Baskin Bars Drive. I inspected the property on that same date. The roof on the structure is damaged and the exterior of the structure has extremely deteriorated. I feel that this structure is unsafe for human occupancy at this time. I did take photos and I placed it into the case file. On the 3rd of May, placed the notice of hearing on the city website. On the 20th of May, I checked the UPS tracking on the website. It showed that the notice of hearing and the notice of violation was delivered to an individual at the address in Cairo, Georgia. On May 24th, posted the notice of hearing and affidavit of notice posting on the property located at 988 Northeast Baskin Norris Drive. There are 3 prior cases for this address. One where you gave an order back in 2019 that if the structure was not demoed by the property owner, that we would have to bring it back in front of you to have it demoed. Their city at this time has requested demo of the property due to unfit human occupancy. This is to prevent lighting in the community. The city is wanting to demo the property, and the cost of the demo, a lien will be placed on the property, and the lien would be removed once this demo has been placed, and the city is reimbursed by the property owner.
So Mr. Silva, in terms of the demolition of the property, are you requesting that the city be permitted to demolish the property, and then the cost of the demolition, whatever it costs the city to demolish the property, that serve as a lien on the property?
Yes, ma'am, that is correct.
Stop that. Hello?
Hold on 1 minute, please. Mr. Silva, do you have anything else to add?
No, ma'am, that's it.
Okay. I do have a question. I see the notices in the file and the prior orders. Is the city requesting to demolish the property pursuant to section 22-197 of the City Code of Ordinances?
Is she talking to me?
I'm talking to Mr. Silva.
Well, yes, and I did quote on the notice of violation that it's unsafe structure, and the structure was unfit for human occupancy.
Okay, so under City Code section 22-197, it provides that the enforcement official shall proceed with a notice to vacate if such notice has already not been accomplished. Has that been accomplished in this case? Was a notice to vacate issued?
No, ma'am, it wasn't.
And then it says include with a notice to vacate and statement of violation, a notice of hearing, a statement which fairly informs the property owners and tenants that the hearing before the code enforcement board, or in this case, the magistrate, may result in an order requiring the property owner or city to demolish the structure on the property with any cost, therefore being assessed against the property and constituting a lien thereon. Mr. Silva, was the property owner in this case noticed that the city was seeking demolition of the structure?
Yes, I believe I noted that in the notice of violation. I put on the notice of violation on March 20th. Back in 2020, this property went in front of the special magistrate's deputy marshman. It was ordered within 3 months of the order that a permit would be applied for to repair or demolish the structure. This was not done. The respondent would need to go back in front of the special magistrate, which would be today's date.
Okay, but the notice for today's hearing and the notice of violation that was issued April 24th, I'm not seeing where there's a notice related to demolition.
I did not notice of a demo. I was unaware of the prior order.
Okay, so at this time, what I'd like to do is go ahead and hear from Mr. Warren, if you'd like to say anything with respect to this property, if you'll come up to the dais and speak into the microphone, please.
Yes, ma'am. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Thank you for being here tonight. I appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am. I'm here representing my grandmother, Mary Alice, and my sister, Latoya Warren. My grandmother is 80 years old. And she's the caretaker of my Down syndrome sister. And I broke my foot too. And one of the things that has been ongoing, my grandmother, I think was the first person in Columbia County, like I said, to own an ALF. And due to the structure and the cats and the snakes and everything running out, the last ACA inspection she had, they told her that something has to happen because the residents could not go on the back porch. Therefore, she retained a license and had to displace all of her residents from her ALF. And we have respectfully gone through the process and been patient, knowing the owners. They promised to push it down, and we grew up next to them. We just believed them, and you have to see it. It's just an eyesore. It's killing my grandmother's property, and it's the snakes running out and the cats and everything, and grandma calling me in the middle of the night. I got one foot, and my Down syndrome sister's scared, and I just can't keep doing it. And at this point, we're just nicely asking them, if at this point it seems that they can't afford to do it or they're unwilling to do it. The city has the fund. I fought with the city council to put the funding in place for these type of issues and demos, and we're just asking that we just demo it. We don't care if they put something else back there, but the structure is just housing just all type of rodents and snakes and dogs and cats, and it's just, my grandmother can't even get out of the house sometimes. I have to just go run stuff off and put her in my car and drive around to her van. And I just think that's unfair to her and my Down syndrome sister, and very inconsiderate of the neighbors to put someone they've known all their life through this at this point. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Warren. Does your grandmother, Miss Carter, wish to speak?
Come on, you want to say something?
Yeah. Hello, nice to meet you. I do not know you, but nice to meet you. And I would appreciate everything that my grandson has said, because of the facts that, you love your neighbors, you try to do everything you can to, make things better for you. But you can't make people do things, and it's just at the point where I just can't, keep calling someone to come help me when the dogs is coming there also, just sitting to the door, eating, bringing food and stuff and trash from over there. And then the lady that keeps the yards mowed and everything for me, she say that she don't be putting they bring stuff out of that house and they bring it over there, and the cats and the dogs and things, and she say she just, just tired of coming back to pick up all that stuff that they drag when she mows. She mows and mow their side too. They continue to keep her mowing the place, but not doing anything about the building. And she said also that she don't know why, it's just so, it's so condemned and everything, just, you can see snakes even going through the ceiling, up in the attic and off the trees just up under it. And I mean, you see them, you can see them where even the palm trees, they hides up under there, the rats, the wood rats coming from across over there where my property is and it's just so much just going on to where, paying tax and nothing being done. And I don't know if it's the community that just that section, but I don't think nothing goes on like this in no other community. I really don't believe that there's no commissioners that let their community go like this when it's going. And it's just tax we have to pay.
Thank you, Ms. Carter. Do you have anything else you'd like to add?
You just want to push down.
I just want to push down,
Okay, thank you. I appreciate your comments and I appreciate your participation.
You too, thank you.
Okay, Ms. Lucas, do you have anything to say in response to the statements we've already heard with respect to this property?
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. I stay in Georgia. I don't know nothing about no dogs and no cats and all that she's saying, or her son, grandson. But I do know it is gonna get towed down, so they ain't got to keep worrying about that, because my son gonna get it towed down. So I don't know about snakes and rats and all that. They gonna come from anywhere. If it wasn't towed down, you still gonna see snakes and rats. So I'm gonna come in on that, and I'll be gonna get it towed down. So they ain't got to worry about it. I'm not gonna even waste my time arguing with them because it's our property. I'm not the owner of that property. It's everybody owner of that property. I'm not the only one with that property. And see, I haven't been down there for some years, but I don't know nothing about no cats and dogs, so we never had cats and dogs, so I don't know where they're coming from.
Straight people.
Ms. Lucas, who is the owner of the property?
Ain't nobody owner. I'm the beneficiary of the property, but it's a lot of more as our property. It don't just, my mama didn't leave it in one person's name. And see, everybody pointing the fingers at me because I guess I'm I'm the oldest. So I guess everybody want to point fingers at me, but all of them stay down there. I stay in Terrell, Georgia. I don't even stay down there. I don't even know what it looks like. I haven't went down there, but all I know, they supposed to been keeping them yards and stuff down there. I don't stay there. I stay over here by Thomasville, like Tallahassee. I don't stay down there.
Ms. Lucas, do you have legal documentation demonstrating that you're at least one of the owners of the property?
Yes, I don't have no documentation or nothing saying I'm the owner of it, but paying the taxes, me and my son Antonio Johnson, and we've been paying the taxes and stuff on there, but I am the one that mama put over it, but she don't have no documentation like a will or nothing on it. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned that you plan to tear down the structure.
Yeah, we plan. Yes, it just take time. It ain't that nobody can't afford to do it. It just my son's going to be doing it, but he's working. He got his own business, so he the one gonna get somebody from down here in Georgia to come down there to tear the house down. It's already in process to do that, but we already know about it. It ain't the hole in the roof and all that. I've been told them to tear the house down. See, my sister wants to save the house. You cannot save that. It's nothing to save. So I told him, my son said he gonna get somebody to come down there, or I get Wilbur Austin. He said he got somebody that would tear it down and how much that man would charge to do it.
When do you expect the house to be torn down?
We trying to give me a little time, give him a time. I hope I'm gonna see what he's gonna say probably next month. Start working on tearing it down because I already told her to get everything out the garage. I told my sister, see, I can't control what they do down there. See, I don't control what they do, but I'm gonna let them know that whatever they got inside there, they need to get everything out of there because I heard she had a truck or something in there. She gonna have to get that out. I had been to her years ago to get that out that garage. She haven't done it yet. So I would let you know, y'all give me a date or whatever you what date y'all give me to tear it down, how long y'all giving me to tear it down. Just let me know.
Okay. Do you have anything else to add, Ms. Lucas?
No, ma'am, I ain't got nothing to add to them.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Sova, back to you. Here are my concerns. One, I don't think the procedure under section 22-197 by the city has been followed in terms of steps 1 through 5. And including issuing a notice to vacate, a notice which informs the property owners and tenants of potential demolition of the property with any cost being assessed against the property, and constituting a lien. And then the notice is supposed to be served on any mortgage holders or lien holders as determined by a legally valid property record search. The notice has to describe the condition found by the code enforcement officer upon consultation with the city attorney to constitute a public nuisance pursuant to the section. And then so on and so forth. Then you present evidence of the dangerousness of the condition, and I'm in the inability and unwillingness to cure the dangers. And I'm hearing evidence of the unsafe condition of the property and the nuisance, but my concern is just the notice procedures, and also whether the property owners have been properly identified and noticed. As Ms. Lucas just testified, there are many owners to this property, and I'm not confident that they've all been notified. So my question for you, Mr. Sova, is how do you want to proceed from here? Do you want to continue the case and go through this, sort of rectify the situation with the procedure and proper notice so that I can issue the relief requested by the city? Because I don't see that I have the authority to issue such relief without this procedure being followed. Unless you can direct me to some other part of the code where I have that authority, but this is what I'm seeing in the code.
Yeah, we'll be willing to continue the case.
Okay. Well, let's do that today, and to give the city an opportunity to cure the procedure. And Ms. Lucas, I have issued multiple orders with respect to this property and cleaning this property. This case goes back to 2019. There's prior cases involving violations on this property. And should the city be able to cure the notice, I'm hearing evidence that the property is in a dangerous condition, and the city would be permitted to demolish the property, assuming that the condition isn't rectified, and assuming the city is able to follow the proper procedure in order for me to issue a demolition. So I tell you all that to say, you know, my hope is that you do address the property and we don't have to come back to a hearing. Do you have any questions or concerns?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So right now I'm not going to take any action. I've heard everybody, and you know, again, my hope is that the situation can be resolved by you and your family, so that the property and the issues on the property are addressed. And otherwise, I assume Mr. Silva will bring the case back to me once he's able to go through the proper procedure under the code.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Silva, do you have any questions?
No, ma'am, I don't.
Okay. And Mr. Warren or Ms. Carter, do you have any questions?
Just when do we reoccur, when you will continue? When will we
It'll be in
reoccur?
July.
July. Okay.
July. Here's what I know when would be continued, Ms. Barshman.
Yeah, so it just depends on when Mr. Silva puts the case back on the agenda, but we do have monthly hearings. So as soon as he's able to accomplish his part, and put it on the agenda, I will hear the case.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, that concludes our agenda this evening. Mr. Silva, do you have anything else?
No, ma'am, that is it.
Okay. Well, thank you all. I wish you all a good night.
All right,
You too.
likewise.
Yes, ma'am.